So I had a look at that trailer. The trailer for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. I wasn't a big fan of Xenoverse 1 or 2, for that matter, and I didn't really play them. I wasn't a big fan of them, but I was a big fan of what they adapted, which was Dragon Ball Online, a South Korean MMO game, which I actually harbored a desire to play at one point, many years ago. But unfortunately, with this story, it seems like they've discarded the Toa and Mira storyline for something different. Probably because they've already exhausted the Toa and Mira storyline from Xenoverse 1 and 2, and they needed something for Xenoverse 3 so that they could just make a Xenoverse 3 and throw the created character crap in here. I'm not a big fan of created characters. I just don't think they fit or belong in this franchise. Admittedly, Dragon Ball Online, you had to make a created character, so how can I accept Dragon Ball Online but not be a fan of? Well, yeah, that is a logical trap there, I guess you would say. How do I accept Dragon Ball Online's thing if I don't accept Dragon Ball Xenoverse's thing? Well, I guess it's just because I prefer the story rather than playing a created character and going in and doing all the because I don't like that, you know? I don't like it. You have to take a time machine to go back in time to insert yourself into the story and be like, oh, you joined Goku and Piccolo and stopping Raditz. And I guess that makes a lot of fans all happy and gooey and inside and all that. That's great. If you love that, more power to you. For me, I'd rather just play the story mode. I don't care about adding I like what ifs too. Yes, I like what ifs. Like, what if Vegeta defeated 18? What if Gohan survived the future androids and ended up fighting a Cooler or Bojack or something? You know, what if he ended up doing that? I can get behind that, you know? I can get behind a what if using the established characters. I just don't like a created character mucking everything up. It just doesn't. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. Now, if you wanted to create a character that actually has a story, reason to be there rather than somebody who lives in Talcon City or something in 2000 whatever of the Dragon Ball timeline, thousands of years into the future, and he's just there, he gets the Dragon Balls, wishes to become a Saiyan or something, and then gets the Super Saiyan transformation, goes, I don't care about that. But if you want to make a character who actually lives during the actual Dragon Ball timeline and says, oh, this guy was an apprentice of Tao Pai Pai, and he also found the holy, super holy water, and he has been training in secret to defeat Tien, and you want to add in your little fantasy character like that, I can get behind that. You can actually make a little what-if story behind that. That's okay. But the whole, reason why they couldn't do that is because it's just way too much logistics to work on. So rather they put all the created characters into one spot, one single backstory, and work from there. You can change how your character looks, but you have the same backstory, you have the same story that you go through. And that's easier logistics. I can understand that, because if millions of created characters with their own unique backstories and settings within the game world, if they did that, it would be impossible to do that. You just have to go to Archive of Our Own or someplace to write your own fan fiction or something. People do that. More power to you if you want to do that. It's perfectly in your power to do that. I'm not looking down on that at all. There's nothing wrong with it at all. If you like your created characters and doing your Tauntaun, or whatever city in Xenoverse 1 and 2, you want to do that, go for it. More power to you and all that stuff. I looked at it, I found the art style ugly, especially compared to stuff like Raging Blast 2, which I actually really liked. I hated, I like Galaxy Mode, I do, but I hated the lack of a story mode, you know. I think Galaxy Mode works as a bonus mode to a campaign, So whether the campaign was missing, so the game was practically unfinished. But I like the roster. They added a bunch of things in there. So if they had a Raging Blast 3, they just needed to add another 40 to 50 characters and add a story mode. What ifs primarily. Work on the what ifs. I love what ifs. What ifs are amazing, fantastic. You gotta just add more scenes, though. You gotta add more lines of dialogue for those what if scenes. For example, in 10kg3, if you wanted to defeat Nappa with Tien, you could. It'd be difficult, but you could do it. And then at the end of the battle, Tien just says, "Whew, could have gone either way." But you don't want to just do that. That's not fun for the person who actually tried to change the way the story played. You defeat Nappa and Tien just has a nice little lengthy cutscene or something. That's a much better little thing there. That works much better, in my opinion. What's next? We're talking about Xenoverse 3 here. I watched the trailer for Xenoverse 3, and I'm not exactly impressed. I'm not impressed at all. In fact, I'm actually infuriated. It's not even the first time they've done a school thing. They've done the school thing in the Buu Saga with the Great Saiyaman and Gohan. I actually like that sequence. I actually wish that went on for much longer, where Gohan played his Peter Parker routine, where he tried to be a normal person going to high school, but then he has to go off and fight crime, various monsters, kaijus, and all sorts of crazy crap going on. I would have loved that. I would have loved that. But this concept where you have a bunch of people in Tonkan or wherever the frick this is set, and you got your treated characters going to some sort of school and learning how to be a fighter at a school. I'm sick of that crap. I'm absolutely sick of it. I was sick of it the first time I heard of it. I don't like it. You know that old movie Sky High? I was sick of it when that was new. Like, come on. I know I'm curmudgeon. I'm a curmudgeon. If you love that crap, more power to you. If you like it, that's great. I'm not going to tell you not to play it if you like it, because obviously you like it. So go ahead and play it because you enjoy it. I don't. Because I'm obviously a curmudgeon who prefers things that fans of the 80s and the 90s who have grown up over 30 plus years want something different. But now, instead of going to a school, it's exhausting. It really is. The school setting is exhausting. Persona obviously thrives in school things, though I hear the Persona 6 is going to ditch the school, and I'm going to be very happy if they did. I would be very happy if they ditched the school setting. I would be super happy. And maybe at least ditch the high school and go to a college. You know, go to a university. That'd be cool. It's just exhausting. It's just a guy. I understand that I've aged out of the demographic, but you have to understand that Dragon Ball is an ancient demographic from that started in the 1980s, and the fans who were fans of Dragon Ball in the 1980s and fans of Dragon Ball Z in the 1990s have most likely been fans since it started, and have been growing up for 30 to 40 years now. They are 30 to 40 years older and still fans of this franchise, right? Do you think they want to go back to school? Well, I can't speak for them, but I could speak for me when I say, no, I don't. I don't want to watch My Hero Academia. Oh, let's go to a superhero high school. No. What about Hunter x Hunter? Oh, let's go to a Hunter Academy. No, his shorts are too short as well. No, I'm tired of it. No. Please. More Berserk? Less or in high school? Please. You know? It's just... Come on.